one part of the neoliberal program, crucial part from 30 years ago, has been to try to make sure that democracy can't function by creating that's the point of free flow of capital. Well understood. If you have free flow of capital, there's going to be what's called a virtual parliament of investors and lenders that will actually control policies of a country by simply attacking the currency, pulling out capital, and so on if it veers in the wrong direction. So it has a negative effect on economic growth, and even profit, but nobody cares about that because it's something more important. It undermines democracy. And you can see it happening right at this moment in Brazil. The international financial investor community is deeply concerned that democracy not function in Brazil, and they started the usual means. Well, Brazil alone probably can't do anything about it, but in solidarity with activists in the North, it could. And this has sometimes worked. So just to give you one example that worked, a pretty dramatic one, and you may know about it, so stop me if you do, but about 2 years ago or so, there was one of these main demonstrations in Washington. It happened to coincide with something going on in Bolivia. The under World Bank orders, more or less, Bolivia was privatizing water, and big Western corporations like Bechtel and others were going to take over Bolivian water and charge user fees. Well, you know what that means. Okay, charge user fees for water. 90% of the population can't drink water, but that's considered efficient or something, and in some sense it is. There were protests in Bolivia, so peasants were protesting. They declared martial law. People were getting shot and so on. But as long as this is going on in Cochabamba and Bolivia, nobody's going to pay the slightest attention to it, no matter how many people get killed. But some of the activists there in Bolivia had the bright idea of using the internet to organize international protest. And it became one of the big issues in the Washington protests. All right, that you have to pay attention to. And people were, picketing Bechtel offices in New Zealand and, things like this. Anyhow, the corporations backed off, and the World Bank backed off. They'll undoubtedly come back some other way, but it's the kind of thing that can be done with international solidarity and large-scale activism. And there are plenty of examples like it. In fact, I don't think there's ever been a time when there were so many opportunities for popular organizing and for grassroots movements on every imaginable issue. It's an unusually favorable moment for that.